Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today we are going to be talking about the mistakes that we have made on our Disney vacations, maybe Universal or just vacations general. Honestly, we will kind of see where this goes. So before we get started, share out with your friends, make sure to follow, and let's get started. Hey, vacation dreamers, welcome to Book Solid, the podcast where two travel advisors share insider tips, talk about our favorite destinations, bucket list experiences, and everything you need to know to make your next vacation unforgettable. We'll break down what's included, what to watch out for, and keep it real with plenty of laughs along the way, while we help you plan with confidence. Let's jump in.
All right. I did this before I became a travel agent, so don't come after me, okay? So, something to know. Maybe, again, I am terrible at reading in general. I did it today looking at my grandma's obituary, and I was trying to figure out how old she was. Beside the point. I literally did the math and everything to realize that if I would have just literally read the first sentence, it said my grandma's name and then her age. Exhibit A. I don't fully read things. Anyway, my tip is, if you're gonna make dining reservations, either cancel it in time or actually show up to it, because I am the prime example of what happens if you do not show up. If you do not show up to your table reservations, you will be charged $40 a person. Do not make the mistake that I have made, and I did it several times during our trip because I didn't know at the time that if you're not gonna go, you can't just not show up. You have to go in and cancel it. So, I know a lot of people know this, but unless you are like me and you don't fully read everything, but honestly, even if you go to a restaurant, like let's say me and my boyfriend love to go to Texas Roadhouse. If we go to Texas Roadhouse and we make a reservation, we're not out money. We just lose that reservation spot. So, I personally am not used to going to a restaurant and being charged for not showing up. So, kind of double whammy for me. I definitely did learn from my mistakes. Again, my travel agent at the time had sent it, but in the chaos of trying to prepare for Disney World, kind of be that person to kind of like lead everything, before I became a travel agent, I didn't know that. I didn't read everything because there's so much to learn about Disney World. So that's my tip is if you're going to make dining reservations, you can absolutely cancel them. Like things come up, you can cancel. Make sure you cancel it or you're going to be charged $40 a person and it adds up real quick. Let me tell you.
And they just recently changed it to where it's only 2 hours before your dining reservation. And I wonder if they lowered the price because I just looked at it this morning for clients and it said $10 a person.
Oh, thank God.
Cancel.
Yeah.
2 hours beforehand. Yeah, because it used to be 24 hours before your reservation. So you had to kind of know if you were going to go or not, like the full next day. And when you're in the thick of your vacation, it can absolutely slip your mind.
For sure. So yeah, that's my tip.
My mistake was was before I was a travel agent, and I booked a preferred room at Pop Century, thinking that I was getting a larger room at Pop Century. And we walked in. No, it might have even been all stars, actually. Either way, it was a value resort. And with a baby, two littles, a baby and a toddler, and a double stroller, and all your suitcases, I was like, this room is really small. And then the time before, we had stayed at Caribbean Beach with our toddler. So I was used to and remembered that room. I walked into this dinky old value room and I was like, I think we got put into the wrong room. And I even called up to the front desk and I said, I think we're in the wrong room. And they were like, no, ma'am, you booked a preferred and you're in the preferred area. That doesn't equate to room size. I said, okay, thank you very much. We will make do. Can we get that pack and play? No, the types of rooms and what they mean. Just because it is preferred doesn't mean it equates to size. It is the proximity to transportation, to the lobby, and that is what a preferred or a specific view and what that refers to would be my tip of the day.
And honestly, just to kind of, I feel like we always bring this up because, I mean, this is literally our job, but this is just another reason to use a travel agent. You can use us, you can go find someone else, find someone that really works with you and kind of what you're wanting to do. Don't just stumble upon the first agent you see, like really do your research. I mean, you're investing thousands and thousands of dollars in your vacation. You want to find someone that you really meshed well with. So if it's not us, you're not going to hurt our feelings. Like, we get it. There's a reason there's so many of us. I mean, you got to find who's perfect for you. But don't just settle on the first one you see. Anyway, I say all that. But you need a travel agent who can help explain everything because, like we have said, I feel like we say it every single video that we talk about Walt Disney World. But I don't think people truly understand just how massive this park is. I mean, it's 43 square miles, which I still, even to this day, I still feel like that's not the correct measurement. That doesn't seem like a lot of space when you put together how many things are just in Disney World. But there's 20 plus resorts. The higher up you get into the categories are so many different room types. Deluxe alone has like 10 plus different room types, whereas value is pretty much your standard room and preferred. That's pretty much it. Whereas if you start to move up categories, I mean, unless you just know all those different types, standard water view, preferred woods view, like whatever, standard fifth sleeper, like, do you know what all those mean? Do you know what the cost goes into it and why certain rooms are more expensive? Do you know why? So I think that just helps, and most travel agents don't charge fees or anything. It's just built into the package. So it's not like you're paying extra money. It's already built into the cost. You can't physically remove it from a package. It's not anything you can call Disney and say, hey, I'm not using a travel agent. Can you remove that portion? You can't. Disney pockets that money. So you might as well find someone that you mesh well with. And if you need help, you need help. But you support someone's small business on the other side of it instead of Disney taking more money than they already have. Yeah. All right. My next tip is actually kind of recent. I brought them. Well, one thing I didn't because I, for some reason, just forgot in the chaos of planning for this trip. But back in September, I went to the agency retreat and I forgot to bring a fan. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what was going through my brain in terms of packing for the trip. It didn't even cross my mind to bring a fan walking around the parks, going to the parties. Didn't even cross my mind. I have so many fans. I've got one. I brought a little fan to have like at night because I'm someone that just needs like sound when I sleep. But I didn't bring a fan to keep me cool in the parks. And I was like, why? Why did I do that to myself? If you're going to Florida, bring a fan. Really, the only times that you're probably not going to need one is probably like January and February. And that's pretty much it. The rest of the year, you're going to need a fan. It doesn't get cold in Orlando. Like January and February get kind of chilly, but it's not freezing. So
it's going to be chillier.
Well,
so
yeah.
absolutely bring that sweater, shirt, or hats and gloves. They'll sell you $20 hats and gloves.
So my other thing also goes along with the same trip. I brought it. I just didn't pack it in my bag with me. Bring a rain jacket of some sort. Bring a poncho, whatever it is, a little umbrella, something. If you know anything about Orlando, it rains all the time. Even right now, there's currently like a storm blowing through and everybody's freaking out. I'm like, why are we surprised? It's Florida. Yes, we're not in hurricane season anymore, but it's still just a thing that when you go to Orlando, just bring something to protect yourself from the rain. Even if it's not in the forecast, there's still that chance that it could randomly rain. just save yourself. It doesn't take up much space. You can find some really great ones on Amazon that one are really cheap and can help save space. Like I have one that I can really condense and make really small. I just again, I don't know what was going through my head. I think I was just really excited to be there. I just forgot to put it in my bag. I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm going to wing it. It'll be great. And then we got off a ride and it was torrential downpour. And I didn't want to start walking around and be soaking wet the rest of the day. So just make sure you pack something. I mean, they sell them at the parks, but they are stupid expensive. And the quality of them, I mean, they're decent. But for what you're paying, it's not really something that you can reuse. Whereas if you go on Amazon, I've had like the rain poncho I have is like from 6 years ago. Like, get one that you can use for a long time. So follow these tips because I promise you, I'm literally the prime example. I can't even follow my own tips sometimes, I swear.
I was going to say the poncho because that was me one September and had to buy one of the regulars. And then bring your shoe covers as well with the poncho. They have these silicone shoe covers that give you a little bit of grip and then they keep your shoes dry. You look
Another,
ridiculous, but you also look smart at the same time.
hey, nobody cares. Nobody
No.
cares. They might give you a look, but who cares? You're never going to see these people again. Who
No.
cares? Who cares? Are you having a fun time? Great. That's all that matters. But honestly, my other tip, I was just telling a client they're traveling next week and they've never been to Orlando. So I was really trying to help prepare them. And I said, my biggest piece of advice in terms of packing clothes, pack 2 pairs of tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Bring 2 because just in case it does rain, you have another pair to wear the next day. So you're not wearing those same soaking wet, nasty shoes that now, as soon as you put your clean socks on, now you got wet feet and then you're just uncomfortable the rest of the day. I don't know about you, but that will ruin my day so quick. So that way you can also give, because once you wear the same pair of shoes for a long time, they kind of like mold a certain way. That way, and it also gives it time to breathe and kind of like reset itself. So definitely bring 2 pairs of shoes that you've already broken in. Do not bring brand new shoes because you will have the worst blisters known to man. Don't. Do not bring brand new shoes. I promise you, you will literally regret the day that you did that. Don't do it.
My next one, this is probably going to sound funny, was to not use a travel advisor for my first cruise. Now, was I a travel advisor? Yes. But do I wish I had a travel advisor to help me with my own first cruise? Also, yes. And there were certain things which everything went fine. For us, we were going out of Fort Lauderdale, which they had just started doing. So there wasn't a whole lot of information about sailing Disney outside of Fort Lauderdale. Out of Fort Lauderdale. So, yes, they had 2 hotels they contracted with, but they were like $400 for one night. And I'm like, yeah, and you're already on a budget. Like, that's pricey. So, I mean, I found a hotel with an airport transportation. Probably wouldn't do that one. I know I wouldn't do that particular hotel again. In theory, it had cruise transportation, but they neglected to say it was a first come, first serve. So if you weren't there at 3 o'clock checking in, then you didn't get on that bus to go to the cruise port. But just the upfront work and knowing the ins and outs and what I needed to know about cruising in general, cruising Disney, what to expect on the cruise, dining. We had a child with a dairy restriction. I was researching all that, which was absolutely fine. It helped me learn. I am very appreciative of being able to go through the process of it, but I wish I would have had somebody to bounce questions off of and ask.
Yeah.
To where I would have felt more comfortable in my choices in that cruise. It went off fine. We had a great time. I now have amazing tips to share with my clients,
Yeah.
especially first timers. But my mistake was not just going ahead and working with somebody to help me plan it. So don't be me. work with a travel advisor for your cruise. This is going to be the theme. It's not just the mistakes, it's why you should use a travel advisor.
Mm-hmm. We're not, I mean, obviously this is our job, but we're not just saying it to like be work with us. Like, there's a reason we're saying these things because we also understand just how much planning goes into these vacations. Like, it's not a normal vacation. This is not, if you want to get technical, technically it's not a vacation because if you're the one in charge of planning, it is absolutely not a vacation. You're the one doing all the work. So, anyway, off my little soapbox because I can go off on all that all day. My next one, dang it, well, water bottles. Bring yourself a cup because again, I've done this. Again, same thing. You can absolutely buy water in the park. Absolutely. You can go to refill stations. I can show you how to do it. Super easy. You can go to restaurants and get free water. Yeah, absolutely. But if you are someone who drinks a lot of water like I do, I go through, this is a 40-ounce cup. I go through 2 or 3 of these a day. Like, I drink a lot of water. Um, Bring your own cup because if you just buy a Dasani 16-ounce cup, it's like $6. So, and that's the cheap water. I think they do also sell smart water. Um, but just know, especially like I said, if you drink a lot of water, the amount of money that you're spending on water is ridiculous. Bring yourself a sealable cup, not a Stanley, not this one specifically, because I would not bring this in the parks. I would bring one that has like a lid, just like that one, if you can't see, but something you can physically close just to refill it because it's the amount of water I drink. I would spend so much money trying to buy water bottles. And if I did the math for my one trip, I'm literally terrified to see how much I spent just on water bottles alone. Just saying.
I will add to, you kind of alluded to it, but you don't need a big one because you don't want to be like these things. I think this is a 40 or 36. Get heavy real fast. This is a 20 and it's a Zach brand, but it keeps things cold, let me tell you. But it's only a 20-ounce, so it's easy to kind of stick in a backpack. It's not going to get real heavy. You're not going to get tired of carrying it. So I usually do a smaller one to just be able to pack a little easier. My next one was grocery delivery. Now, in and of itself, sounds like a great thing, right? You order your groceries, you have them delivered to your resort, you're good to go. Do not place your order before you get on the plane. And then you need to talk to your picker-upper, and you can't talk to them because you're on the plane.
Yeah.
So then, therefore, they couldn't get in touch with me, and there was something they needed, and I can't remember what it was now. So they never delivered the groceries. And we were already getting in at like 11 o'clock at night. So, and it was just me and my 5-year-old. So don't even get me started on Sunshine Flyer. So we're already getting in late. We get to the resort. They don't have our groceries. I've got to figure out where they're at. We don't have breakfast for the next morning. Like things, the snacks, things you bring for your 5-year-old to prepare for your trip, we did not get. So then I ended up reordering it and they delivered it like literally right as we were getting on the bus. But at least they delivered it and I could pick it up when we got back from the park. But do not be me and place that order when you're going to be 1,000 miles in the air and cannot communicate with your grocery shopper. It might work out fine for you. But if you're on a Southwest flight and you don't get the Wi-Fi and these people are not using an iPhone to where you can communicate with them because that Android text message is not coming through, or it was a Frontier. Well, we did Frontier on the way down, I think. Either way, nope, we didn't get our groceries. I was so upset with myself, with her, but so yes, that I always tell my clients, just, if anything, just wait, because as long as you don't have alcohol, they can drop it off at Bell Services. If you have alcohol, then you need to sign for it.
Yeah.
But just wait till you land to be able to communicate with your grocery people. The more
Okay, I
we
have
talk,
another.
the more I have.
I know, right? They just keep coming. Mine, I'm all about comfort. I know I've talked about this in a previous episode. I'm all about being comfortable. Now, I'm sure you see when you're looking for what to wear to Disney, whatever, Disney Cruise, Universal, whatever, like what does everybody wear? Like you don't have to wear like themed outfits. You can literally just grab anything in your closet and go. It's people like us, Disney people that live for Disney, eat, breathe, sleep Disney, that we go all out. That's just like it's literally in my DNA. I cannot go to Disney and not dress up. Like I can't. But I am someone who chafes really bad on my thighs, like really bad. So making sure I'm wearing shorts or something long enough to where I am not chafing. It does not matter what I put on my legs. Specific, I don't even know what they're called. I can't even think of them. But like the specific little deodorant sticks that you can use. I've tried deodorant. I have tried baby breath, like everything you can think of. It'll temporarily fix the issue, but as the day goes on, I still have the same issue. So, something that I've had to learn and remind myself is as much as I love this little outfit that I have planned, are my legs sufficiently covered? Or am I going to be crying halfway through the day because my legs are falling apart? So, kind of think about that. If you are someone who does tend to chafe, think about that when you're planning out outfits because one, again, we say this all the time. You are outside of your normal routine. You're in a different climate. You are in very humid weather. You're doing anywhere from 20,000 steps a day. Unless that's just something you're like do on a daily basis where you're outside for 12 hours a day walking 20,000 steps in very humid weather. If that's you, cool, you'll be fine. If that's not what you're used to, which is what majority of the clients we work with, they're coming from out of state, you need to kind of, prepare for that. So wear clothes that you're comfortable with, but also kind of keep in mind if that's something you deal with as well, plan accordingly. Because unfortunately, I have tried every little remedy to try and hopefully fix it. Nothing works.
No, and I'm the same way. And it's just recently hit me that I need to like wear the biker shorts or like slip shorts underneath. Even if I'm wearing a skirt,
Yep.
that skirt those shorts underneath the skirt tend to ride up anyways.
Yep.
So having two pairs of shorts, and that made this last trip, our retreat trip, able to do was because I wore the shorts underneath
Yep.
the skirt to not have it rub. So yes, it's finally clicked long enough to like, Amanda, remember now, you don't want
Right.
to be in pain.
So this isn't necessarily my mistake, but I see so many people make this mistake going to the parks and not having any type of strategy, literally just winging it. You need to have a game plan. You don't have to have everything planned to the minute because that's just not going to happen. But you need to know, like, what are you doing that day? Is the focus character, meeting characters, riding the rides, maximizing your lightning, like what? You need to have an idea because you're forking out thousands of dollars. What are you doing with that like, what's the plan? What are we doing? I personally cannot do that. I have to know what we're doing at all times, or I will literally go insane.
I agree, but at the same time, I had to learn this, or I had to let go of the plan
Mm-hmm.
because my little Micah was not following the plan.
Yeah.
And crying in the middle of Magic Kingdom was not doing any good for either one of our
Yeah.
mental health. And so then the next day was supposed to be our Hollywood Studios day. We didn't end up going until like noon, even though, we had planned to be there all day. And I wanted to be able to do all the things. It just, nope. And then the first ride when we get to Hollywood Studios, what do? The Skyliner. That's what I want to ride, Mom. Okay. You know what? Fine. Let's go. As long as we're in the park by 3 o'clock getting onto Slinky Dog, because I already paid for that. I don't care what we do. So I absolutely agree having some type of plan, but
Yeah.
I know for me personally, I find it hard to let go of that plan because I don't adjust, and my executive functioning is still growing to be able to adjust. So, lesson learned. Another mistake, not my mistake, because like Brianna, I'm very much a planner and from a teaching background as well, but not knowing what park you're going to or what park you want to go to. Whether you're in Disney World and you were supposed to be at Disneyland, whether you are wanting to see Universal Orlando and the dinosaurs and Harry Potter, and you find yourself in Hollywood Studios in the middle of Batu and Galaxy's Edge, knowing where you're going, doing just a little bit of research. And again, if that's working with a travel advisor who we can educate you on where you're going. And I feel like the most common question is we want to go to Universal because we want to see Toy Story or Star Wars. And I'm like, well, actually, that's Hollywood Studios, so you're in the right place. Universal is going to be your Harry Potter, your dinosaurs, your minions. And then it's like, okay, nope, we do want to do Disney. So it's educating yourself, asking the right questions, knowing where you want to go, making sure you're headed to the right place.
And another thing, I never even thought about it this way. I don't know if I truly don't know if this is intentional when Walt Disney created this. I don't know. But an easy way to remember Disneyland versus Walt Disney World, and I don't know if you've heard this little tip. Disneyland has LA in it, Los Angeles. Walt Disney World has ORL for Orlando. So that's another, I saw that and I was like, wait, mind blown. I've obviously known the difference because I grew up in California and went to Disneyland as a kid. And then as I got older, moved to Texas, then I started going to Disney World. I obviously know the difference, but unless that's just common, like you just know that, that is a nice way to remember it. LA versus why is that so hard to say? ORL, Orlando. Anyway, just another way to remember. I saw that and I was like, ooh, I'm going to remember that.
So I don't know how often it happens. I don't know if it's glorified on like TV that those things happen, but
I do occasionally see it on social media, whether Facebook, TikTok. I see it every now and then. I don't see it frequently that I'm like, okay, are we okay? But I do see it occasionally, personally.
Well, that is going to wrap up this episode. If you have a mistake, and honestly, they're not mistakes, they are learning experiences. We learn and we know better for next time. Moving, we are going to take a short seasonal break for the holidays. So we will be back sometime in January. I'm not going to put a date on it, to be truthfully honest. And we will be back season 2. We have some fun ideas. We're going to have more guests, more agent guests, more guest people come and join us. We have some fun topics. If you have any topics you'd like us to cover, let us know. Make sure to follow along, and we'll try to put some fun tidbits and things out in the in between. Full episodes will start back up in January. Okay. So until next time, happy holidays, and we'll see you then.
Bye, guys.
That's it for this episode, Vacation Dreamers. We hope you picked up some tips, ideas, and a little extra magic for your next adventure. If you enjoyed hanging out with us, be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also find us on Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts for even more travel tips and updates. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep planning, and we'll see you real soon.